Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Figure Central. Today, we're going to be looking at Fog Toys EA01 is what it's called. Not an actual regular name; it's more of a label. I first saw this last year on 5K on the 5K Toys Instagram post. I went ahead and I looked at the pictures, and it's an original figure. It looked amazing, but you always get weary because I had never heard of this company, and so I was a little on the fence. But I went ahead and I made the pre-order with 5K Toys, and it's finally here. The packaging is a box type of setup with foam inserts to hold the figure and the accessories in place. It comes with a total of 4 pairs of hands, handgun, some bullets, 2 heads, and some goggles. It also comes with, obviously, the bike. One of the heads is kind of tilted upward. It's meant to be used when the figure is riding the bike. The other one is just one that you put on if the figure is just standing around. Not a huge fan of this setup. I've seen it in other figures. I would have liked to have seen full articulation on the neck and head, but it's okay. Here's a shot of the handgun. It's actually looks almost like a hand shotgun. The barrels are pretty big on that. Here is the front piece of the bike. And it also comes with 2 lights, one that goes on the front headlight and one that goes on the rear part of the thruster of the motorcycle. The head was a little bit of a challenge to try to put on, so it took me a little bit. Articulation on this is good. The design is just such a good, unique design. Very cyberpunk. Feels great. Here's the rest of the parts that belong to the bike. So this is the base, a very heavy, sturdy base. It has this, the handles, 2 handles for controlling the bike. That rod is for holding the bike up on the base stand. It comes with 2 kickstands and 2, I don't know what you call them, but the shins kind of sit in place for stabilizing them when the figure's in the bike, and then these 2 little wings. This goes in the middle section of the bike, and then this is the speedometer for the bike. All right, well, let's see if we can put this together. So let's start with the speedometer. It just fits right in place, and then here's that middle part. All of these, they just kind of snugly fit, so you kind of have to kind of wiggle them in. Obviously, be careful, you don't want to snap them. And here's one of the light pieces. At first, I thought that this was going to be a setup where they use a magnet, but it wasn't. You actually have to twist them on so they'll come back on. Here I am putting the kickstands in place. Now, going back to the lights, I would have liked to have seen an easier way to turn on the lights. Having to snug them in every single time means that you have to take it apart to turn on the light, and it's a little bit of a hassle because like as you're seeing here, there's little wing pieces that I'm putting. It's all plastic and it's just kind of snug in there, so if you're not careful you can easily snap this. And that's the same situation with the front part of the bike. Having to remove this back and forth, I think in the long run is gonna create some problems where the plastic starts to wear out and it may not sit as snug, or potentially breaking a piece. Here's another one of those pieces that I mentioned that's like kind of for the shins to sit in place when the figure is on the bike to keep it stabilized. Same setup, you just kind of push them in and the plastic snugly fits in place. All these, by the way, it's like a very hard plastic. This is not a rubberized plastic, so that's why I mentioned that if you're not careful, you could easily snap it. This is the rear part of the bike where the thruster is at. See, you just kind of, you take that piece off and then you put it back on, and that's where you put the light. So this is the front piece that I was mentioning, how it kind of slides into place. And when you turn it on, this light goes through the front part. So here's the first handle. On the right side, it has a little mirror. Left handle is just has the little control for the brake system, you could say, but it has no mirror like it does on the right side. It's just a handle. Here is the bottom piece. You have to screw them in. Both ends of it do have metal inside them. So this part was a little tricky. Just be careful because you don't want to strip the threading. Once you have that in there, it's nice and snug. Okay, so here it is with the lights in the thruster and in the front of the bike. Looks really neat. I mean, it creates a great effect. Overall, I am just in awe of the price point on this and what you get for it. It's an original design, which is, I love that even more. This is not something that's already out there. They did such a good job. They delivered on this. So if you have a chance, definitely pick this up. I recommend it. I would argue that this might be, it's going to be one of my top figures this year. I'm just really happy with this. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun doing some shots of this. Outside of that, I didn't spend too much time on sharing, but the articulation is great, very solid, very poseable, maintains its poses. It's right in the middle, not too tough on the stiffness, not too loose. Fog Toys, give us more of this series. I will definitely pre-order the next design you guys put together. So, well, that's all, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you like what you see and would like to see more, please consider a donation in a form of a follow. It would really help my channel out. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you next time. Bye-bye.